one of my subscribers, David L, um, showing a map. And, it's really true that your oldest nations now are the West, okay, and the European nations. And your younger nation on the whole planet is Africa, okay? And in the green, those are teens and people in their 20s. So Africa right now is the youngest uh, continent, has the youngest demographic of people on the continent. And when you look at European nations, they're in their 40s, they're in their upper 30s. These are not young nations. So very few of them outside of Africa are young. Most of them are in the 30s or older. So it is really true when they say, Africa right now is the youngest nation. And being that it's such a youthful nation, I can see these people rising up and rejecting all of this Western European crap, because we know all of that stuff is them robbing Africa and just making up a whole bunch of stuff that just doesn't hold water. So these maps shows where the world's youngest and oldest people live. And this is really fascinating. Okay, what can the median age of a country tell you about its future? Well, one thing it tells you when you look at Africa, those people ain't going nowhere. Okay, it doesn't matter what genocide these Western nations keep talking about and thinning the population. The only population I see being thin are the ones running around talking about depopulation. I don't see it. It ain't happening to anyone else. I think that is the irony of that is just funny as hell. It's that it goes back to that old adage, be careful about what you wish for. You wish for something and it's happening to you and not others. It turns out quite a bit using data from the CIA fact book. We've created the graphics below to show you the median age of every country in the world. There are 1.2 billion people between ages of 15 and 24 in the world today. And that means that many countries have populations younger than ever before. Some believe that this youth bulge helps fuel social unrest, particularly when combined with high levels of youth unemployment. Writing for The Guardian last year, John Podesta, director of the Progress Center for American Progress, warned that youth unemployment is a global time bomb. And I agree with that. And the youth is going to be rejecting a lot of these practices that have been happening in the world that are completely unjust. They're going to be railing against that. So you can expect a lot of opposition coming your way in the future and a lot of rejection. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people in leadership roles that walk around and believe no one can live without them. They are talking themselves into this nonsense, ladies and gentlemen. This world is very old. Okay, it's a very old world, which means this world indeed has been without them at one point in time. So, and when you look at some of the greatest civilizations, this is why they're trying to interject themselves and take credit for things they really technically had nothing to do with. So the world's 15 youngest countries are all in Africa. Of the continent, 200 million young people, about 75 million are unemployed. The world's youngest country is Niger. with a median age of 15.1, and Uganda comes in at a close second at 15.5. That is the average age. On the flip side, an aging population presents a different set of problems. No, because aging populations are those are the ones trying to cling on to this world and keep it from changing. This is why the old must be ushered out, because this world can't go to the next level with these same people running it. They want the status quo to stay in place forever, which is not even logical. It's not logical. I mean, would you want to see things that were going on in the 1100s still going on now? No, of course the world has to move forward. But these folks want to stop everything in time just so they can keep power longer. No, no, you had your time. And that's what this is really showing. These younger populations are not going to abide by things anymore. And you're not going to get them to do it. You know, all you can do is threaten everybody with a gun. And even that's not, people are weaning off of that too. And many of them are at the point, go ahead and kill me. I'm not going to do that anymore. You know, that's all they got. And if you notice, every time there's any kind of uproar going on in the earth, that's all these people know how to do is get a gun out. That is played out. You know, maybe if you had a better relationship with the population on the earth, perhaps it wouldn't be no issue with you staying in power longer. But since you do, all these folks eventually, they're going to just shift you on out of the way. It's inevitable. On the flip side, the aging population presents a different set of problems. Japan and Germany are tied for the world's oldest countries with a median age of 46.1. Germany's declining birth rate might mean its population will decrease by 19%, shrinking to 66 million by 2060. An aging population has a huge economic impact. Germany, it has meant a labor shortage, leaving jobs unfilled. And if you notice, it's the same labor shortage here in the US, because you got so many damn junkies up in this country, they can't fill all those jobs out, the labor force. Not unless they're going to just let them come to work high and be zombies all day, then all these positions are going to be open. What do you think will be the long-term impact of the world shifting demographics? Here, they are broken down by region. Well, the old are not going to have a choice but to let the young take over. That's what I'm saying. They can't maintain this, ladies and gentlemen. If you got a dying population that's greater than the population that's being born, then economically, how are you going to maintain these countries economically? You won't be able to do it unless there is a shift. And, you know, these people make me laugh because they're under the impression they get to a point who's next in power. Oh, well, it's going to be the white Hispanics. You don't get to pick and choose. No, honey, you don't have a crown to pass on. And some of these people are under this impression that they get to pick, well, it's going to be the Asians. No, no. Well, it's going to be the Hispanics. No, you know, and even in the biblical text, it does not say nothing about the rise of the Hispanics. Come on, y'all. Don't believe all of that stuff. Don't believe it. These folks do not get to appoint a succession of who's next in charge. Are you kidding me? It doesn't go like that, y'all. Don't believe the hype. Okay, they're going to be pushed out of the way, and it's going to be people that are not like them at all that will take over the reins of this earth, whether they like it or not. This is not no party joint you get to pass around to whoever you like. It doesn't work that way, y'all. And if you're an aging population, that means you're dying out. You don't have a leg to stand on, appointing somebody else being in charge. Your butt's dying. You won't be here. Okay. So don't listen to that nonsense, y'all. They're not, they don't have the power to appoint somebody else to be in charge when they're no longer, they don't have that kind of power, y'all. You know, the world can easily take that away from them. And if you don't have the population, how are you going to keep the economic power? You won't be able to do that either. You know, if you can prove to me dead people in a grave got economic power, then please come forward and show all of us what that is. But as you can see, even in the Caribbean, you can see some old populations in there and younger populations. Same as South America, you know, and these younger populations are going to be the ones rising up. And Europe looks as old as sin. Look how old you are. Oh my God, y'all, you're gonna have to give up. You're gonna have to give up. This is just going to this is going to show you that many of these people that are the biggest population, y'all, are beyond childbearing years. That's what this is showing you. The biggest population in the West are beyond childbearing years. They are not in any position. I'm going to keep saying this to y'all so that you don't be brainwashed about them sitting around talking about who's next in power. No. Okay, they don't get to decide this, and their butts are on their way out. You got enough young people on this earth to rise up and take the power, whether they like it or not. The only thing these old countries can do is keep whipping out a gun. That's all they can do. They can't do nothing else to stop this shift. And as you can see, you see all kinds of things happening to them that a gun is not going to resolve. Did a gun help stop tornadoes bust through the Midwest? Did a gun stop Kilauea from spewing all that lava? Did a gun stop all these California fires and fires breaking out all over the country? See, there are so many things. I mean, is the gun stopping their opioid problem or heroin or fentanyl? Is the gun helping that? Is the gun resolving the low birth rate? See, there's so many things happening to these people that a gun will never resolve. So don't even worry about them and their gun talk. Okay? They're eventually going to be a bunch of elderly people with guns. Don't worry about these folks. They're on their way out. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Look how beautiful Africa look with all the young people. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Africa looks beautiful. I'm using this as my thumbnail, y'all. Peace, family.